Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? Michael Zuber with One Rental at a Time, and we have the legend, Stephen Dow, with us. How you doing, sir?
Oh man, legend is big. I hope I meet up to that expectation. No, I'm doing great, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Do me a favor, get that HR and marketing thing out of the way.
Thank you, appreciate it. Although I work for Velocity Mortgage Capital, all of my ideas and expressions on the show are that of my own. And let's get it rolling.
There you go. Well, you know what I want to do in this third episode is I just want to paint what is possible, right?
Right.
Velocity Mortgage, we've talked a lot. We're helping people do little 100K, 200K opportunities, which is awesome. But when you get into real estate investing, there are people doing much bigger deals. I think you told me it was either this morning or last week, I forget, about a $3.75 million deal that you guys funded in 23 days. That what
Right.
was that? Was that a house, a fourplex? What was that?
No, that was a single family
Oh,
residence.
Jesus. 3.75
Yeah. So
house.
well, again, in this particular space, we're pretty effective not only in turn time relative to other, private money,
Mhm.
but also, we're very flexible in the sense of different types of loan products and more of a make sense lender too, because there's never really like a cookie cutter type deal in non-QM. There's
Yeah.
typically some quote unquote hair on it or something that doesn't quite fit. So, there's a lot of leeway in the sense of using compensating factors to overcome some of those deficiencies versus going conventional where you got to fit the box. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to be under a certain ratio. So it allows more options for investors to be able to find financing if given their circumstances aren't the quote unquote conventional cookie cutter.
Yeah, I love that. I love the fact you said it a
Yeah,
couple of times. Make sense lender. I think, because again, I think
right.
conventional is, hey, you got to fit the box. You got one thing outside the box. The answer is no. And again, they got the money, so they make the rules. I don't know if you
Right.
know that deal, but when I hear somebody did a $3.75 million, I just want to ask some questions. If you don't know, it's cool. But do you know if that was just
Right.
a straight up purchase? Do you know if that was a flip? What was the story behind that?
That part I'm not sure of. We can pretty much do it whether it's a purchase refi.
Mhm.
The portion that typically takes the longest is the appraisal
Sure.
portion because we have to rely on their third party performance. But
Yeah.
outside of that, I'm a direct wholesale lender. There is no middleman.
Right.
Once the appraisal comes in, it's anywhere from 2 to 4 days, and we're at docs.
Yeah. So again, this could have been a purchase, right? It could have been a business owner who didn't do conventional financing because of all this stuff. Maybe their tax returns were bad or
Right.
whatever. But it also
Right.
could have been a flip, right? They bought a 3.75 ARV, could have been 6 or 7, who knows? Right. So it really
Yep.
could have been
Yep.
either.
Yep. With the ARV, I mean, we're closing those under 25 days typically. I
Okay.
quote under 30 just to be conservative because you
Sure.
never know, somebody got sick,
Yeah.
weather, stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
but other than that, no, it's
Where else are you seeing the country is hot? Because again, there's a lot of money chasing deals. I just did on my daily show this morning, the existing home sales were down
right.
2.7%, I think, if memory serves. But I think the
Mm,
inventory is
okay.
creeping up, and I think deals are going to be coming. Where else are, what other parts of the country are hot?
Well, I mean, obviously Austin.
Yeah, I bet.
That doesn't need to be said where I'm at. But as far as maybe larger projects, I mean, obviously Southern California, Northern California, but we're also seeing a lot of out of South Florida, the
Mm.
suburbs of Atlanta, Seattle, Brooklyn. There's a lot of deals still out there, believe it or not. So it just depends if you're doing the work or not. But
Yeah.
we're seeing them.
Yeah, I'm wondering
Yeah.
if do you have a feel for what your business is? Is it mainly purchase or flip or 60/40? Do you have a feel of that or you just don't know?
I haven't compiled the data, but I can get that information for you on the next
Yeah.
shows just to kind of give you an
Yeah,
idea
maybe
of what
just
the
your
trend is.
portfolio. Yeah, I'm
Sure.
just curious. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess it's like 60/40, kind of short term, 7, 8 month financing, and then maybe go into permanent. Maybe I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just curious. Um,
Yeah, that's a good point. I've thought about that often, but I think the numbers tend to shift a little bit
sure.
only because, again, inventory, seasonal kind of, influence, stuff like that. Because, again, I think that kind of
Well, it's also
determines
based on
more
what the damn
refis or purchase.
conventional. It's also what the conventional lenders
That
are doing,
too.
right? When the conventional lenders
Rates start
basically,
moving.
yeah, when they turned off, um, self-employed, your business had to boom,
Right.
right? So,
A little bit for sure, because the rates started to kind of getting closer to where we're at, and
mhm.
so the difference isn't that far off. But my loan process is a lot easier versus jumping through all these hoops and stuff like that. So yeah, we saw definitely a little uptick because, again, as you mentioned on your show, difficulties. There's certain limitations for conventional financing for retail property, or rental property, excuse me. But yeah,
very cool. Well, I think what you're seeing with the One Rental at a Time family is they're doing deals. They're interested, folks. If you're new, go back and watch episode 1 of today, talking about what you need to bring to them. If you're seasoned, right, document your success and track record. So
definitely,
you can run out of conventional loans. When you get to 10, you're done. You need a non-QM lender is my recommendation. If you're doing BRRRR, you probably benefit from a non-QM lender because you use your cash more efficiently. Like 2 weeks ago, we talked, and I still remember that. It still punches me in the gut where I did a deal with my own money.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. Well, I did a deal with my own money and made 30%, where if I would have used your money, I could have made 200%. So yes, I haven't.
Numbers don't lie.
That. Yeah, numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
So how do you want people to get a hold of you?
Email would be the best. Again, S as in Steve, and then Dao, DAO, at velocitymortgage.com.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful, wonderful time, and you have a trip to a bachelor party. Be good.
I'll try. Hopefully, I'll make it back for next week's show.
There you go, bud.